What is going down, everybody? It's Unbeatable Jacob. In this video today, I will be explaining what 2K Database is, how 2K Database got started, and what type of information you can find on the database. So if you guys have been around the community for a while, I'm near certain that you're probably aware of what 2KDB is. It's a website, obviously called 2KDB, which can show you a lot of information about the cards within my team and has a lot of other features. But it's never been as in-depth as it is now, and when it started off, it was far from what it is now. So to kind of cover first the history of the database, let me walk you through how it got started. Back in the early days of my team, all the way from 2K15, 16, 17, 18, and 19, 2KMT Central and MTDB were the primary websites people used to look at cards in the game of my team while not on their console. 2KMT Central was the first one I remember popping up and being quite popular. MTDB came closer to like 2K16, I believe. But on these websites, you could look at cards, see their badges, their stats, you could look at the comments on the cards from other users, you could look at their tendencies and even reviews from other people who had gotten the card and tried them out. But there was still a big thing that was not really touched on by these websites and pretty unknown to most my team players, and that was the animations of the cards. Even in the my team game mode yourself, you can't see the information for the type of jump shot that each player has, the type of dribble style, the moving crossover, any animation, dunk packages, you name it. You had never been able to see that on a my team card before until in 2K20, a 2K gamer user known as KennyMac69 ended up figuring out how to data mine the signature styles and the animations and jump shots for each card within my team. He started a thread over here on 2K Gamer, which led to him ending up and making a spreadsheet for these animations for each cards. So for the first time ever, it was 2K20, you were able to find out what type of jump shot did Hakeem Olajuwon actually have. Was Rick Barry's release actually jump shot 18? If you thought about it in game, you would never know. You have no way of finding that information until Kenny Mac came through and dropped this spreadsheet. He was able to data mine this information through a PC version of the game, and the community was absolutely crazy about this. The 2K Gamer threads every Friday is where he would put the signature styles for the new players. So on May 20th or whatever it might have been in 2K20, you could come in, look at Kenny's post, and look at all of the signature animations for each card that was released for that day. And this was a huge addition to the community because people could finally come in and say, oh yeah, I really like the jump shot Wally Zerbiak has. What jump shot is that? Jump shot 16? Okay, let me find somebody else with a jump shot 16. Or, you know, I really like the hesitation move that Darko Milicic has, which no one would have ever said, but hypothetically, you could come here and say, oh, he's got normal 3 hesitation. And this was a huge deal for the community. People were able to analyze the cards they had and the cards they liked in a whole new way through a combination of looking at the signature styles that Kenny Mac would post on 2K Gamer and then looking at the stats and badges on a site like 2KMT Central. Shortly after, I'd say if I was guessing, maybe around June of 2K20, I believe, I'm just guessing, I might be a little bit off there in the months, 2KDB.net was started. There wasn't a whole lot of information about it. I really don't even remember how I first stumbled across it, but it was very obvious and everyone kind of knew that, you know, Kenny Mac had a big part in playing in this because on this site, it was like a combination of the old 2KMT Central where you could look at cards and look at their stats and look at their badges, but there was a new tab called animations that had this very valuable information that Kenny was able to mine and find. The website looked entirely different back in 2K20. I probably maybe should have found a screenshot to kind of give you guys an idea of what it looked like back then, because I'm sure they're out there. But if you're really curious, just go look like one of the Worth It videos from DBG or Ty in 2K20 and you'll see the UI was completely different and the website did not look nearly as polished as it did now. But nevertheless, over 2K20, 2K21, and 2K22, the website was continuously updated, and we're at a point now where I would say this is by far the best website related to my team in the world. So to break down what you can actually see for a card on the database currently, if you're able to look at a card here, you can see all of their primary information, including their height, their position, where they're from, their team. You're able to see what play types they're able to run. You're able to look at the other cards very easily for that player by just hovering over the overalls underneath that card. You're able to see what set it was in, which will bring it here, show you the set. You can look at the date it was added, which will show you all the cards that were added on that date. You can look at their hot zones. You can look at their overall badge count. You can obviously see their stats and their total attributes. You can see all of their badges, what badges can be updated. You can see all of their tendencies. You can see what animations they have, so you can go here and see dribble style, quick, size up, Tracy McGrady. You can see what jump shot they have, any type of animation that's in a card outside of motion style and defensive stance is on this site, the ones that we know of anyways. You're able to actually click on the jump shot to see other players that have the same jump shot as the card that you're looking at. You're able to look at the true ratings, which is weighted calculation that favors specific attributes for specific positions that are actually important for the card. You're able to look at comments from the community, which for whatever reason doesn't want to load right now. I think might be some sort of issue with the ads on this site that is causing it not to load, it looks like, but you're able to look at the comments from other users of the card, and there's a lot of information just for every single card out there. I mean, you know, we're looking at Tracy McGrady right now, but if you're curious about what Theo Pinson, who doesn't even have a card, so we'll go with Theo Ratliff, has for a jump shot, you can come in and find it. Every single card in the game is on this website. So, pretty nice. Overall, definitely handy. You're also able to go back and look at 2K21 cards, which is great. 2K20 cards are on here also. And then you can do a lot of other stuff as well, such as a 2KDB draft, which is going to be able to have a randomizer set of cards that you can pick from. So, you know, you can come in here, do a little game, draft your team. It's actually better than the draft that's in my team itself because you're able to pick 5 cards. And then these drafts get rated as well, because each card has a number of points attached to them. Obviously, the higher overall, the more points. And then you're able to share your drafts and look at who has the most points. So you could look and see the world's lowest draft for points, which is probably going to be the worst team ever. It definitely is. Wow. Or you can look at the best draft ever, which would be this right here. It makes for a fun little game. Some other stuff you're able to do on here is share custom cards. So there's a custom card art page. I've made lots of videos in the past going over the custom card arts that we find on here. Some of the members of the community are absolutely unreal at designing. I mean, just look at some of these, you know, it's great. Very, very good from some of the people who make these, and you can sort these by all-time votes, most upvoted. Ironically enough, this is the most upvoted card on the database ever. But, you know, there's some other incredible works in here, from the Blake Griffin Slam card, from L-Tatch, who is one of the best. Another L-Tatch card in the top 5, which is definitely well-deserved because he is an incredible designer. The Dunktober Jokic, before the Dunktober Jokic became a real card. All sorts of stuff on here for custom cards. You can type in a player like Cade Cunningham, for example, and look at all the custom card arts from Cade himself. So, just a lot to do on this site outside of just looking at cards. You're able to create a lineup. So if I wanted to create an all-time Pistons lineup, if I was away from my PlayStation, I could do that right here, put together my lineup. I can save it as an image. I can save it to my account because you can log into accounts on here as well. There is an ability to have an account where you can save your drafts, you can save your custom cards, you can save your lineups and all that type of stuff. There's a tab for agendas. So if you're grinding XP, you can come in here and check stuff off as you go, and it'll actually make it a lot better than just looking at the game itself. Because if you wanted to find somebody who needs dunks to combo up, you know, say you're going after dark matter dunks with on-phase players and you want someone to combo it up with assists, you can come in here and type in assists and find a certain player that might need assists. So right here, you drop down this menu and see that, Hero Steve Nash, these 35 assists for XP. And then as you go, you can check these off and save it to your account. So if you're grinding XP, it's actually a really handy tool. And then also, they do have the updates tab, which is very, very often refreshed by myself, where you can go ahead and just look at the cards that are going to be out that day. So if new cards are coming out that day, I'll go to the updates tab around 9:30 in the morning and see the cards that are posted. Overall, 2K database changed the way that my team was played entirely. Back before the database and before Kenny Mack put in the work to find all of these certain types of animations that were inaccessible in the game, people did a lot of guessing, people did a lot of gameplay videos to kind of show the animations and try and explain them, but now, you really don't need to do any of that with the 2K database. You can come right here to this website and pretty much find everything that you need to know about a card, and have a lot of other things to do as well, between the drafts and the custom card art pages and the lineups, all types of stuff. So definitely a great addition to the community, and I think I can speak for at least 99.99% of my team players when I say I'm very, very thankful that Kenny Mack was able to start this website, because it definitely changed the My Team game mode for the better. Hope you enjoyed this video. Be back soon.